And we're live with Paddy Pimblett. How do, sir? Are you okay?
I'm good, lad. I'm good.
Good.
How are we?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. First of all, we have to explain what happened yesterday because we originally planned for 6 p.m, didn't we?
Yeah.
And you messaged me saying, might have to be 7. I'm doing my footings. I need to check my footings right. And I thought that's a very precise skill to be working on until exactly 7 p.m.
I needed to do the footings, lad. Footings.
And then it clicked in it the day after that you were getting your garden done and you're having some new fencing.
No, I'm getting a gym built in the garden, lad.
Oh, you're getting a gym?
Yeah, so me and my mates and my mum have been digging footings, lad. I've got a skit delivered. They've been filling skit with all mud and shit.
Brill. So what's finally made you decide to get that?
Well, I only moved into my own house in December, lad.
All right, okay. Finally got your own place then.
Yeah, so getting that sorted, lad. So I've got my own gym in the garden. So I'm gonna get a lot of it matted out, and I've ordered weights and stuff that are already there. So I've got weights, stuff like that. I'm gonna be ready, lad, for when I sign for this UFC. I want to be ready, even if all the gyms shut.
Brilliant. So we're talking today because you've got a fight next week, 20th of March, and that's Davide Martinez. From our discussions we've had over the last couple of weeks, you seem really, really fired up for this one, more than usual, I think. Is there a reason for that?
Because I know what's happening, lad. I win this fight and the contract's going to be there for me. So he's getting finished in the first round, lad, one way or the other.
First round? What method are you going for? You choke?
I'm thinking knockout, lad, to be honest. I'm thinking I'm going to knock him out or TKO him. But as I said, lad, no matter where the fight goes, I'm better than him. So if he tries to take me down, I can see myself submitting him. If he tries to take me down, I can see myself knocking him out. If he tries to stand with me, it'll be a one-sided beatdown for a few minutes till he gets finished.
And he's 8-2. Most of his wins have been via decision. He's had 1 KO loss and 1 submission loss. Your last fight obviously was pretty quick. Did you want it to go a little bit longer this time? You just mentioned the first round, so I'm guessing not.
No, I'll be honest. I think I'll finish him faster than I finished Decky Dalton.
Right, okay.
I think it's going to be quicker than that. I think I'll finish him in less than half a round.
Right, well, bold then. How's your training been? You mentioned it. You touched on that earlier.
Perfect.
Been insane.
As you know, it's only elite athletes who can train in the gym, so that's the only downfall. We haven't had as many bodies and as many people to train with, but I've had Matthew Calamari as my main sparring partner, who is a short, stocky wrestler, lad, and he's 10 times the wrestler of what Davide Martinez is. So, you know, I've been training with someone who's better in all areas than him. So, like I said, I'm super confident, as I always am, but I'm even more confident going into this one because my prep's been brilliant, my weight's brilliant, and I feel on fire when I spar.
And you sounded very confident there about the UFC contract. Is that something that you know is going to happen?
That's I believe, lad. I know what I mean. Like I know what's coming, lads. Like they've offered me twice before. Got a nice TKO last year. I was out for a few months with surgery. Win this next fight, especially in nice masterpiece fashion, like I think it's going to be, and I know they'll offer me another contract.
And most importantly, you put a post out about your haircut. What you're going to do with your hair for the fight? That's what I really wanted to know.
Been cut, lad.
Oh, is that
got cut this morning?
So you know, because there were some quite bold predictions for what you were going to do.
Yeah, I couldn't. I had to go and get a chop, lad. Obviously, I didn't use a barber. Still got an hairdresser, but I had to get a chop. And then this beard's getting shaved on Saturday, lad. So I look like I'm in year 9 again.
Yeah, look like your very first fight. Okay, we've got a question here for you, Paddy. If you could fight one UFC fighter right now, who would you fight and why?
Anyone. I don't give a fuck. Literally.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck, lad. Put anyone in front of me and I'll beat them up.
And another one we've got. I'm excited for this. I've been wondering what happened to this guy. He had amazing talent. Definitely could have been and champion. So he's obviously missed your last
champion,
fight.
Lad. What's he on about?
And he's obviously not seen your last fight about 2 months ago as well. So don't know where he's been, but I'm sure he's looking forward to your fight. He sounds like he's very excited to see it. On the last interview we did with you, I mentioned Twitch to you, and you said, "What's Twitch?" and you didn't know. And ever since then, it's been promotion. Follow me on Twitch. So looks like
I've
you're
started at Twitch. What is it? What do you become first, an affiliate or a partner?
I've never joined Twitch, so I don't know.
Well, I'm whatever you become first, lad. I'm an affiliate or a partner. People aren't subscribed. Well, people aren't paying to subscribe to me. I don't know what I mean, but I'm on the first journey. Know what I mean? The first step. When I get in the UFC, lad, it'll be the next step. I'm already on the way to it anyway, because I do get quite a few viewers and stuff because I interact with them as I'm doing it. But like I say, when I do end up signing with the UFC, that'll explode as well. But I'm shit on it, lad. I just go on it for a laugh. I'll be taking my Xbox with me when I go to the Cage Warriors event, because we're going to be in a bubble, aren't we? And we can't leave the hotel. So I'll be taking my Xbox with me to chill and play on. Oh, well,
that'll be a nice little bit of promotion around.
I'll probably have my Twitch stream on there, lad. Fucking having a little chat.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. I just noticed that you were plugging it quite a bit. I was like, go on, lad.
Yeah, but when I had time, lad, I was doing it all the time. But the last few weeks, I've hardly played it, lad. I'm just fight camp mode,
lad. Katie Hunter says, can't wait to see Paddy back in there.
I can't wait to be back in there and put on a show for everyone, lad. It's going to be all ass on David.
And ever the trouble causer, Peter Knox. Paddy, can you slag Craig with your best trash talk?
No, Craig's me mate, lad. Can't be doing that.
There you go. Back at you, Pete. You could have brought me air into that quite easily, but I'll let you off.
It's getting on all afro-ish there, isn't it?
I know, like a poodle, don't I?
Like a poodle.
Did you watch UFC last weekend? I wanted to ask you a little bit about that.
Yeah, of course, lad. It was a good card, wasn't it?
Unbelievable. What did you make, firstly, of everyone's talking about Aljamain with his knee?
Bitch.
Yeah,
he's a little fart. I seen someone saying he thinks Peter Yan doesn't deserve a rematch.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a shit house. What a shit house.
Squaring up to Cejudo, wasn't he?
He's 4 rounds down. He never won a round. He got beat up the whole fight. Peter Yan throw a split-second decision, throwing a knee where he shouldn't have. He shouldn't get the belt off that. That should be a no contest. That's simple. Like, even if he gets the DQ win, the belt shouldn't change hands.
I was thinking about this the other day.
He shouldn't get the belt off that, lad.
But if the yes,
even if you make it vacant, so Peter Yan loses the belt, but Sterling doesn't get it, because he's a fake champion. He should not be the champ. He is a fake champ.
Oh, we lost a bit of connection there. Come back on.
Well, he's a fake champ.
What I was going to say is, if you were a champion and you were 4 rounds down and you'd knee through the knee because you knew the other guy weren't going to win, but you've just answered that with
the belt goes vacant. Yeah.
Another one from Katie. I think she's talking to you. Looking slim already.
I am. I'm very slim at the minute. You can see. Wait till I get this shave, lad. You know what I mean? And I look even skinnier. But yeah, you can see me cheekbones and that already, lad. So I've only got like 4 key to lose. I'm fucking flying.
Yeah, I thought I'd get in there early with this interview because I know that you get a bit grouchy sometimes with your age.
I do, like, but to be honest, I should. I'm already biting people's heads off anyway, lad. Know what I mean?
I know that.
Yeah, lad. Someone was asking me stuff before, lad. My bird said something. She went to buy pictures. Get pictures printed off.
Yeah.
That to put in frames, and 3 pictures she wanted printing off, and he said 65 quid. I said, you're lucky I weren't there, because I would have said to the woman, where's your shotgun and your balaclava?
I got charged £4.70 the other day for sausage, chips and gravy. I know.
Wow.
I know. And
Chance
I was looking
by ours, lad. Chance by ours. My bird gets a sausage dinner. It's only 3 quid.
Exactly. I was looking at the board trying to get it is right, you know. I was like,
I would have said, I'll get some salt and pepper chicken instead for the next half.
And just going back to that Sterling decision of what came out of it, it sounded like it was actually his game plan to get down on his knee as quick as
it was.
To stop him getting attacked.
He wouldn't have won an Oscar for that because the acting was shit, but he could have won like a fucking Razzie or something. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could have won a Razzie. That was bad acting, that. like, it just shows you how much of a man Anthony Smith is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, against
what a warrior he is. Because he could have done that. He could have bitched out like a little fart box, but he never. You know what I mean? He kept on fighting. But Aljamain Sterling knew it was the only way that he could possibly win, and he took the way out like an absolute bitch. He's not a real fighter in my eyes, lad. He's a show puppy.
It was interesting. I was just reading literally as we were coming on air that with Matt Serra, have you seen that? He wasn't in his corner, and I thought it was a bit of a surprise because I occasionally speak to Matt, and he's come out on his podcast today saying how much he's been disrespected by Aljamain and how he'll never sort of work with him again. I've not read it properly yet, but I'm going to have a listen to that.
And about then you're
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's because he's a good man, Matt Serra.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll look into that a little bit more. Pete, who's been your toughest opponent so far?
Well, a lot of people probably look at the losses and stuff like that, but Nad Nanamani was on the juice. Wouldn't have beat me without steroids. Julian Rosa cut 8.4 kilo overnight and couldn't feel my whole body for the last 2 rounds. Soren Bacher went into it with a broken hand. I'd probably say my first ever cage warriors fight, lad, Callum Florian, from London Shoot Fighters. He tough dude. I just about won that fight 2 rounds to 1 on decision. One of the lads from our gym had been down and sparred him a couple of months before, and he got beat up. And it was one of the better lads from our gym. So a lot of people thought I was going to lose, lad. Little 18-year-old kid in me cage warriors debut. I went in there and fucking just he won 1 round, I won 1 round. It was coming to the 3rd round, and he took me down, and I was like on my back thinking, oh, this isn't good, this isn't happening, I'm not letting it happen. And I sweeped him and took his back and pounded him till the end of the fight, and I won a decision, lad. It was fucking brilliant.
Cool. And just lastly on UFC from last weekend, because it brought me back to a conversation we first had when I very first spoke to you in the first interview I did about losing your unbeaten record, and how I thought Israel actually took it quite well in his post-match. I wasn't expecting that from him.
I was, to be honest, because he's lost before in kickboxing and stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
He knows how it feels, and he's been there and done that. So I think he'll come back bigger and better than ever, to be honest. The only person I can see beating him at middleweight is Robert Whittaker if he comes back with a better game plan. It's
his game. Okay, I remember speaking to you about it and asking about you losing your undefeated streak, and you're just saying there's that many ways to lose that you can't get too hung up on it.
Yeah, like a lot of people just worry about that, losing that undefeated record. Know what I mean? And I'm glad I haven't got that anymore, because I'd just be worried about losing that 24/7.
And there's so very few MMA fighters that actually do have that.
Yeah, there is very few. Like a lot of people call Khabib the GOAT because he's never been beat, but he's not the GOAT.
Okay, well, right on cue. Who is the GOAT?
John Jones.
John Jones.
That's it. Simple as. There's no other answer. He's been at the top of the sport for over 10 years and beat everyone. He's basically undefeated because that one loss is a DQ. What shouldn't be a DQ. It should be a no contest of anything. The only other person who's in the debate is GSP Mouse. Yeah,
GSP. Mighty Mouse. You could argue about his opponents that he fought, but they were all at the top, weren't they? But
Mighty Mouse is his opponents because he's a flyweight, you know what I mean? But that's why John Jones for me is the GOAT.
Yeah.
John Jones is, who hasn't he beat, lad? He's beat the top of the light heavyweight division for 10 years, and now he's going up to heavyweight, and I can see him being the king of heavyweight for a good 10 years, lad. So anyone that says it's not John Jones is mad. You talk about all the PED pops all you want, but most of them, lad, like I'm sure one of them was the tiniest, minuscule amount of anything that it could have been a fucking supplement. What done it?
Yeah, I don't think there's much doubting on that.
Was beating people up after sniffing Charlie the week before.
That's then you know you're a good fighter. How are the hands, Paddy? Talk us through the problems you've had with your hands.
I'm much better now. Like I've had 3 hand surgeries now. My latest hand surgery was on the other hand as well. It was on my left hand in September, late September. This one I didn't get done by a shitty NHS surgeon. This one I got done by Mike Hayton, who's one of the top wrist surgeons in the country. He's done like the Smith brothers and Tony Bellew's hand and stuff like that. And My hand feels marvellous, lad. When I rotate the hand, it's fucking sound. It's got no clicks and cracks in it. When I rotate the other hand, what the NHS done twice, by the way, 2 surgeries, it makes all noises.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But my left hand's fucking sound, lad. I'm going to take his head off with a jab.
I just love that you're just straight there, straight to the point. Not even considering a sub in this one, eh?
No, I'm not, lad, because I don't... But unless he pushed me against the cage in a flying triangle, lad. Know what I mean? I don't see how this gets to the floor, serious. Because his wrestling's bang average at best. I wrestle with better people than him every single day, lad. Know what I mean? I think his game plan's going to be to come out... Well, you'd probably watch some of his fights, lad. He just takes people down, sits on top of them. But most of his opponents are like 1-1 and 3-2 and that. Like, no one the caliber of me. He's gonna get his eye wiped, lad. He thinks he's coming in, lad, to beat me on Cage Warriors, lad. He's got another thing coming, the daft cunt.
I saw you mention the million views in an hour or something like that. Was it?
Million
flying triangle.
Yeah, on Facebook, on Fight Pass.
Yeah,
great that.
Yeah, he must be good.
You know who the boy is.
Yeah, and I just wanted to quickly ask you about Molly, because obviously there was a lot of concern over her after her last fight. Have you checked in with her?
Yeah, she left her gloves in the cage, but that was for her dad. Know what I mean? That wasn't. She's not retiring, lad. There's a lot of fight left in Molly. Don't you fucking worry about that. She's ready as they come.
She seems happy on Instagram, from what I've been following over the last few weeks. As happy as you can be.
Staying over in Chris Thompson's gym.
And I don't want to keep you too long. I know you're a busy man. We got Jack Shaw on after this. What do you make of his UFC start?
Like Jack. Jack's a very good fighter. We get on as well. I always speak to Jack. He's a nice dude. I like his dad as well, and his team, all open and all that. The team, good. I'm looking forward to seeing them all at the hotel and chilling and having a laugh with them, to be honest.
And thoughts on Jake Paul fighting Ben Askren?
What do you say? He would pick the worst MMA fighter, the worst MMA striker.
Yeah.
Like someone who can't throw a punch. But I still think Ben Askren's going to beat him. I think Ben Askren's going to clinch him, put his weight on him, make him feel his weight. It's not going to be a conventional boxing match. Know what I mean? It's going to be a... Do you want to get on the camera, do you, Kitty? Is that why you're standing behind me?
Hello.
I think he's just going to put his weight on him, clinch up with him, make his arms die, and make Jake Paul quit. You know what I mean? He'll take him into the later rounds and make him gas.
Dana has got £1 million. Is that true? £1 million?
Has he? Well, that's what I mean. I'd agree with Dana. Know what I mean? Ben Askren's been there, done that. He's been punched in the face by Robbie Lawler, Douglas Lima. You know, even though Damian Maia can't really strike, he's being punched in the face by all sorts of people, lad. And he's in 4-ounce gloves, and he stood there and took it. This fight's in 10-ounce gloves against some fucking YouTuber. Oh, it's fucking ridiculous, lad.
There was, just speaking of betting, this is nothing to do with that fight, and I can't remember which fighter it was, but I think it was a UFC fighter who had a bet on himself. It was last weekend to win. Had a bet on himself to win. But I thought, I don't think you get away with that over here. But in America,
lad, if you could, lad, I'd bet my own house on the fact I'm going to win the first round.
That might be why they don't want fighters doing that, because I think every fighter would try and bet their house on them winning.
I'd bet my own house on me winning, lad. I know it's coming. I know what's happening. It's that simple. Told all my mates, lad, get your dough out, lad, because it's just buying money.
But do you think that should be a thing? That you should be able to do that as a fighter?
Yeah, you should be able to bet on yourself to win. Betting on yourself to lose is a different story. Know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yourself to lose, then you're going in to get beat. Know what I mean? But betting on yourself to win is completely different.
I think if Aljamain would have had himself to lose, he would have had a different reaction that weekend.
Yeah, jump straight back up, lad, wouldn't he? Fucking smart. I can't get it. He's not a real fighter. He's not, lad. He's a show pony, lad. He's in it for the fame and that. I wish I was a bantamweight, lad, because I'd punch his fucking face.
My last question for you, I wrote before last night, and I said, do you want to say anything about football before we leave? But then I added to it now, saying, was it nice to win a game at home?
Well, it wasn't at home, lad, was it?
I thought it was.
No, it's classed as home, but it was in Budapest, you madman.
Oh, was it? I didn't really watch it. I thought Liverpool were at home.
They can't. Well, it was classed.
Oh,
as
they
home.
can't travel, can they?
Travel, can they? So it had to be in
Oh,
Budapest.
right. Oh, so you haven't won a game at home. So now I feel even worse. I just
On.
saw the red seats.
Fucking hell, you're slacking.
MMA journalist, come on. Oh, so well, I don't know then. Do you think that game's gonna come soon? That
What
win
game?
at home. The win at home.
Oh yeah,
What's
of course.
going on?
Now Fabinho's back in midfield, lad, and we're actually playing 2 centre backs at centre back. I've got full faith in us. We're going to win the Champions League.
You think so?
Yeah, it's bad. I read something today. In 2005, Liverpool knocked out a German team in the round of 16. We were outside the top 4. It's the last year that Messi and Ronaldo never got to quarterfinals and the finals in Istanbul. Lad, we're going to win it.
I believe.
I think we go in the next round, slap them, and we have another semi-final like we did against Barca, but against the better team, obviously.
I think the worst thing that's happened with Liverpool, obviously aside from the injuries in defence, is that they moved the midfield into defence, didn't they? And then they lost the midfield as well as the defence.
If you notice, lad, we started dropping points when Jordan Henderson got put centre-back.
Yeah.
The vocal point of the team, he needs to start the press. He's the main person in the team, lad. He needs to be in midfield, lad. And once he got put centre-back, that's what done me head in when we signed players and he never started signing centre-backs. He never started them. You know what I mean? Start the centre-backs and put your midfielders in the proper positions. We looked like a proper team last night, even though it was Nat Phillips and Kabak centre-back. We looked like a proper team just because we had players playing in their actual positions. Fabinho was man of the match, or Thiago, where he was pushed further forward and played better. In his natural position, both of them in their natural position.
Well, it's been a shame not having that competition for City this year, which is
it's been a joke, lad. But as you say, they've killed our players. Have missed over a total combined 220 games this season. Know what I mean? Fucking ridiculous. We never had centre halves for what? Fucking 4 months.
So just to finish off then, you've mentioned you're going to win this fight. We're going to go to the UFC. What are you looking forward to most about signing with the UFC?
I don't know, lads, because I know it's coming, lads, so I'm not... It's destiny. It's one of them things, lads.
It'd be nice.
What I'm looking forward to the most is becoming a worldwide superstar and laughing at all the haters who said I'd never do it. Laughing at all the people who doubted me, lad.
I would have picked the free food at the gym.
Lad,
I'll be standing outside the gym going, Paddy, just pass us some out, will you? Okay, thank you very much for joining us. Let's get rid of them.
You are more welcome, Craig, my mate.
And yeah, good to speak to you. As I say, please subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And we've got Jack Shaw coming up at 8 p.m. But for now, thank you very much, Paddy, and we'll speak to you soon.
All good, fella. Stay tuned.
Good luck in your fight.
Thank you.
See you, mate. Good luck. See you, pal.